Maple-Bourbon Roasted Carrots and Smoked Butter and Thyme on Smokin' and Drinkin'. Hey, welcome back to Smokin' and Drinkin'. I'm Mike, and today we're going to make Maple-Bourbon Roasted Carrots with smoked butter and thyme. Let's get started. Okay, it's the holiday season, and Mrs. Smokin was making dinner. We're having some guests over, and she said, I need a vegetable. I said, how about some maple bourbon carrots with smoked butter and thyme? She said, sounds wonderful. So that's what we're doing today. So we've got 2 pounds of carrots. I've peeled them a little bit, left a little on there just for looks. A couple of them were kind of thick, so I just split them in half so that they'll cook a little faster, more evenly. But we're going to get the seasonings on them and get them out on the smoker. We've got the smoker preheating to 375 with pecan pellets, and we're about there. So let's get our seasonings on here, and we're going to start with some olive oil. We need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're just going to toss the carrots in this seasoning right here in the skillet that we're going to smoke it in. So you could put it in a Tupperware or a Ziploc bag or something like that and toss them in there. That would be fine too. We're just going to do it right here in the skillet. We've got 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then we have 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. And then we're going to get half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. We're not going to measure. We're just going to kind of guess since we're cracking it fresh. And then we're going to add half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Give it a little bit of kick. And then for the holiday season, we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That ought to add a nice little contrasting flavor to it, a good holiday flavor. All right, and then we're just going to kind of just toss them a little bit. I want to get all of them covered. I want to have all the carrots well seasoned. Don't want anyone getting shorted. Let me get some of this out of the corners. There's no corners on a circle, are there? All right. Just about there. And then we're going to get this out on the smoker. And we're going to smoke it for about 20 to 30 minutes. Might go up to 40 minutes on that, just to make sure. You want them to be fork tender and in kind of a golden brown crust to them. So let's get them out to the smoker and get them started. Just going to put them right on the center. Let them get off and let them go about 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, while the carrots are smoke roasting on the smoker, we're going to make a maple glaze. It's a maple bourbon glaze, and we're going to simmer that on the stove. We're going to start with pure maple syrup. We're going to do 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of bourbon. I have my favorite bourbon here, Knob Creek. And this is smoked maple, so it's going to add to that maple theme. Just add a little more flavor to it. 2 tablespoons of bourbon. You can omit the bourbon if you choose. If you're not a bourbon fan or you don't want to drink or have alcohol in your carrots, most of the alcohol generally cooks down, but we're going to simmer it. There'll still be some alcohol in there because we're only going to simmer it for 3 to 5 minutes. Then we have 2 tablespoons of salted butter and a teaspoon of fresh thyme leaves. And we need 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And then we're just going to simmer that for about 3 to 5 minutes. You want it to thicken up just a little bit. And then in the last 7 to 10 minutes of the carrots being done, we're gonna drizzle the glaze on the carrots. We'll set a little aside for drizzling at the very end, but let's get it on the stove and we'll get it simmering. Get it on low heat and simmer. All right, we got about 10 minutes left on the carrots. I went and checked them. They're just about fork tender. We got our glaze simmered. It's a little bit thickened, and we're going to go out and put the glaze on our carrots for the last 10 minutes. So let's get those out there. All right. About 5 or 10 minutes left, so we're just going to put a little glaze on our carrots. Up a little bit, get a little sticky, then we'll be ready to get it off. All right, it's been another 10 minutes on the smoker. The carrots are done. Let's get out there and get them in here and get a taste. Oh, wow. Those smell awesome. And even, there's a little hint of cinnamon. So that is nice. All right, let's go ahead and decorate them up a little bit. Get some of our herbs on there. Let's start with some flaky white salt. Okay, and then we got a little more of the thyme. And some chives. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, and some finely chopped and toasted pecans. And goes nice with the sweet flavor. All right, man, that looks awesome. Nice and tender, fork tender, just right. Just a tiny little bit of crispness to them, but nice and tender, really. Let's dig into this. Made a nice little cocktail here. It's just the Knob Creek smoked maple bourbon on the rocks. Simple and easy. All right, let's get a taste here. Cannot wait. Oh, it's got so many aromas. It's got, the carrots, obviously, the thyme, and the cinnamon, as I said, coming through, and then of course the maple. It's just a cacophony of flavor aromas. So can't wait to get a taste. Here we go. Oh man, who knew a carrot could be so good? Wow. Salty, savory, sweet, maple flavor, a little bit of nuttiness with the toasted pecans on there. Oh boy, that is. And they're, growing up, I didn't like to cook carrots when Mom made them, but I ate them because I had to. But I tell you what, these are delicious. Nice and tender. A little bit of browning on the bottom with the glaze and the skillet. Oh, let's try again. Not sure what Mrs. Smokin's making, but man, this may be the showstopper. Sorry, honey. Let's try that maple bourbon. Oh, wow, that's smooth. That pairs nicely with the carrots. Perfect marriage there between the two. Well, that about does it for the maple bourbon roasted carrots with smoked butter and thyme. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Smoking and Drinking again. As always, remember to hit that like button if you like this video, and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified whenever I release new videos every Sunday morning. So, as always, Prost!